Everyone, it's Deb. I am here for the card collab with Paige, or the collab with Paige, and for October we're using background stamps. Now we both missed last week, so apologies, but I'm back for this time, and then November, every Monday we'll do something different, and we'll explain that next week. This week I had 3 already done spiral die backgrounds, so I decided to use them. So, and I'll show you what else I used to make each card, because they're all a little different as I do them. So let me put this aside. Okay, here's the first card. So the colors were Misty Moonlight, I think, and Fresh Freesia on white. So I pulled out the Amazing Silhouettes stamp and die set. I used the Thanks, obviously, and I just used the butterfly. So I put that on, I think it's about a 2 1/4 by 2 3/8 or something like that. Anyway, and then I cut a 1/4 inch bigger roughly in Misty Moonlight, because I still have that paper. And I stamped it in the Fresh Freesia. And then I just, and I put the Thanks I did in Misty Moonlight for the background, which I see I have to glue that down a little better. Fresh Freesia for the top layer. And I added this stickles I've had in my stash for a long time called Gumdrop. And I also put a dot there and there on the butterfly. And then these are Fresh Freesia 2. They're out of these 2021 to 2023 in color opal rounds, actually this size. And I do have some Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon behind here, also just done like a picture easel. Pretty simple. And then this is kind of bent curvy, and I kind of like it like that. Like I put what do you call them, dimensionals on the backgrounds, and some of them are up on this piece, when normally I'd be saying no, that has to be glued, but I kind of like the wave that it gives, because this is, you know, circular wavy kind of thing. Oops, sorry, I went out of frame. And I think inside I left it blank. Yep, I did. I could stamp another butterfly, like stamp off and stamp it very faintly in there. That might be nice. I may do that. So anyway, that's what I did for card number 1. Very generic. The second card is the greens, Evergreen and Soft Succulent. And I did use the same ribbon, but in Evening Evergreen. I used the Spruced Up stamp set, which is in Stampin' Up's July to December mini on page 13, and the coordinating dies, which I had forgotten cut out. I was wondering why the dies weren't lining up with the stamped image, because they also cut out the outline, which I forgot. And I did use the Sentiments, Whatever Brings You Happiness, Maybe Yours This Holiday Season, which is on the inside. I put the ribbon around here. I used the Stampin' Up, I don't know if these are current still. I guess so. Yeah, page, I don't know. In the back of the catalog. The annual catalog. And I used the second largest, I think. Was it this one? Third largest. I used this one. Second largest took up too much space, and I just did that in Soft Succulent. And then I wanted stars for the trees. This is bumped up, this tree is bumped up, everything else is glued. I wanted gold stars for the trees, and I was too lazy to take these little stars and die cut them out of foil. Yeah, I'm a lazy stamper sometimes. And so I went digging, which took just as much time, you know, for gold stars. And the only ones I found that would fit were these. Now, the problem with this is meant to be ornament filler or shaker card filler, you know. So these little stars are not, the gold ones are not flat. The silver ones are. The gold ones are, they have dimension on the top, but they're hollow underneath. So I used glue dots and I had to roll them up and stick them in the middle. And some of them I actually had to put a little dab of glue, like this one, and it's still not wanting to stay very good. And this one. Anyway, those are the stars that I used. And I didn't use any other gold ribbon because I already had this here. I did use, I want to say Stickles, Wink of Stella on the trees, but not anywhere else. And there on the inside I just did the May it be yours this holiday season, whatever brings you happiness. So I thought that was a nice little Christmas card using those backgrounds. And the last one I have, sorry, is this one. This is my favorite, actually. This background was already done, except for I went around the edge of it with this Sharpie paint pen so it doesn't add more dimension. Plus I didn't feel like digging for gold foil. This, I think, is that, I don't remember how I did it. I think it's the gold leafing and then I brushed it off. This stuff, which is in the annual catalog, also on page 143, gilded leafing. So I think the last time what I did is I used Versamark and this heat and stick powder and the gold leafing. But this has some yellow in it too, but I'm pretty sure this color was terracotta tile. So I got out my terracotta tile. That's what this color is, which is coming across really bright orange, but it's more like a terracotta pot color. To do that edging, I actually laid it flat on a piece of scrap paper and held it straight up and went around the edging, because if I didn't do that, I slipped, which is, you can't see it, but I did here and here. Shouldn't tell you my boo-boos, huh? So where this little leaf is, or what do you call them? I call them nose twirlies because we used to stick them on our nose. Anyway, little nose twirly is the bottom one here and this one here. That's where I had a little slip up on the paint. And you can see it's not quite as even on this one. This oval was not Stampin' Up, I don't think. I think it was the second one of this, which I put away backwards. These are Sizzix framelits. This number, 657563. I think there's different sets, but the ones for Stampin' Up were a little bit too wide and not tall enough. And they're retired anyway. It's interesting because these, you know, you think they'd have, anyway, it only cuts the inner edge. So it's a little misleading to look at this size, because I thought it's going to take up too much room on the card. Yeah, but it doesn't, because it cuts inside edge only. So it was okay. Anyway, that's what I used. And then I used two different stamp sets. Soft Seedlings for all these and this, but the sentiment I used out of Painted Pheasant, which is on the inside only, and Happy Thanksgiving. So I used this paint marker. This is Stampin' Up Simply Elegant Trim, page 145 of the current annual. I used these gold things, brushed metallic adhesive back dots, page 143 of the current annual. And then I used retired terracotta tile cardstock, ink pad, Stampin' Right marker for the stems, and I used the right end of it, not the brush end, to do the stems on these and also these, because they stamp out sort of hollow. See, like this. And these are hollow. I don't know why they did that, but anyway, I colored them in. And then on the inside, oh, this one opens this way. This was already made too. It was in my terracotta tile paper pack. And I used a little bit on all the leaves. I stamped them in terracotta tile, and then I colored them in some with dark so saffron, and that's true on the leaf, the little thingamajobbers, nose thingies, seed pods actually, and this one in here. And this, I didn't have any more pre-cut 4 1/4 by, I'm sorry, 4 by 5 1/4, so this is 3 3/4 by 5, but it's okay, it looks alright. Took me 3 tries or so to get the Happy Thanksgiving sort of straight, but I like how that looks. And the gold is a little different color from the marker, but anyway, here's the elegant trim. So I really like that one. I got to use some products I hadn't used in a long time, like my stickles and also my paint marker. And yeah, and I'm trying to use, I mean, I have a lot of Stampin' Up. I have other stamps too, but I have Stampin' Up stamps I haven't used yet that I had bought, so I'm trying to use some of them as well. So let me know if you have a favorite, but like I said, these backgrounds were already done, and I do know I used the Stamparatus because you have to move your paper over, or your stamp, but it's easier to move your paper over. So you stamp it with one color, like say terracotta tile. I might actually stamped with a yellow. I don't know if it was might have been Mango Melody at that time. I'm not sure, but I used some kind of a yellow, and then terracotta tile, and then the Versamark and the gold leafing. So I did it 3 times. Here I did it 2 times, soft succulent and evening evergreen, and here I think 2 times with fresh freesia and misty moonlight. And so they're all very different, but I like them all. What do you think? My favorite's still this one. I just like the colors in it. And I thought about, oh, this one I used Stampin' Up some circle dies. The I put them away already. I think I told you already, didn't I? I don't know. I think it was like the 3rd largest scallop circle. I'm not sure. I thought about putting a glimmer paper behind that, or some kind of white sparkly something, but or even gold once I found the gold stars, but I decided not to on that particular card. So yeah, that's it. Please go check out Paige if you haven't already and see what she's made for this week. I'm looking forward to seeing it as well. And also today I have color combo going up. It's supposed to go up at the same time. I might put it up, you know, half an hour or an hour later, just to give you a chance to look at this video first. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you come back again soon. Hugs, love, and peace. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.